Hey guys, good morning. I'm here today just to talk about addictions and the perception that we have that when we are dealing with alcohol and drugs, we perceive addictions in a way that if we remove the alcohol and the drugs, I am fixed. I am done. I am cured. This is not necessarily the case because it's important to understand what exactly addictions are and how they actually work. So let's say addiction is a condition, right? And means that you don't have control about stopping using a substance, or you don't have control anymore. You can't stop behaving in a specific way. When we look from that perspective, we might understand that simply stopping using, it's not necessarily enough. Okay? Why do I say that? Because addictions is directly associated with a compulsive or obsessive type of behavior. What does that mean? Well, it's something that I need. It becomes very compulsive, obsessive at times. That's a dopamine addictive brain. Needs things fast, needs excitement, needs that hit, that intensity. The more you experience that, the more you want that over and over again. Working through that dopamine addictive brain is a key factor overcoming addictions of all kinds. So imagine you remove the alcohol and drugs, and then you stay with your persona, yourself, dealing with yourself clean and sober, but the behaviors are still there. They haven't been dealt with. They haven't been treated without the alcohol and drugs. And if you don't know what to do, how to do, when to do, what is possible, because you get left with you and only you, clean and sober, becomes a massive challenge. And in some cases and circumstances, what happens is we flip it and we go into a different kind of addiction. We attach ourselves into anything or everything that can possibly bind into this obsessive or compulsive type of behavior. That could be anything. We could go from one type of drug to a different type of drug, or we could go from drug or alcohol to behavioral addictions such as gambling, sex, relationship, love, anything. So many different types. Food, because we have not worked through the root cause. So in this video, guys, I just want to bring a bit of awareness and understanding that by just removing your drug of choice doesn't mean that the problem is fixed. Recommendation here is this: go therapy is what you need. Without working on yourself, continuously suppressing whatever it is that you don't want to face it, that you are pushing aside. Perhaps you don't even have the skills for that. So go work on yourself. If you really want to get rid of addictions, especially if you're dealing with alcohol and drugs, key factor is, yes, first, stop. Second, you got to work on yourself, with the right guidance. But thing is not a problem. I just go and do a game here and there. Fair enough. Might not be the problem right now. Might not be an addiction right now. If your brain is still on the addictive mode brain, I would say be very careful. I always say, and I always see often, who does really well in recovery, it's people who are open for working on themselves and learning about themselves and healing. Now, through that process, when you start working on yourself, the most important things you're going to learn in recovery is, doesn't matter if you are dealing with alcohol and drugs or if you're dealing with behavior addictions, you will acquire some extremely important tools, knowledge, understanding, everything that you need to leave behind the addictive identity, if that's what you wish so. If you are ready to face your shadows, to face your demons, and move past this. Bye.